Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Hey, great to meet you, man. My name is Benjamin Niyodusenga, and I'm a student in the Bachelor's of Arts program in College for America at Southern New Hampshire University, and I'm conducting the interview as a part of my academic role. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in the Project Street interview. I'm working on for government and youth project. The interview will be used to create a video and submit it to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and College for America staff will have access to. Do you have any question?
No question.
Do you give inform the consent to be interviewed and recorded?
Yes.
Okay, if yes, read this consent.
I, Pacific Shimirimana, give my informed consent to participate in the interview to be recorded and used as a part of the students' academic work.
Oh, great man, great. Now I have a few questions to ask. What are the 3 branches of government?
Really, I don't know those branches of the government.
Sure, you can proceed with the second one.
Yeah.
I can't ask you what does each branch do if you didn't reply, you don't know the branches of government, and I can't ask you what they do. Okay, then Democrats and Republicans are the major parties. Do you know it? Can you name the third party?
Really, I don't know that part.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but no problem. What is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
I'm sorry to say that I don't know this question.
Oh, okay, no problem, but thank you.
Oh, well, welcome, Benjamin.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, great to meet you, man.
Okay, thank you.
Where are you heading to?
Where I find you?
You're traveling?
Yes.
Okay. Just, my name is Benjamin Niyodusenga. I'm a student in the Bachelor's of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. And I'm conducting this interview as a part of my academic work. With your informed consent, I will record this interview and use the information in a Project Street interview, which I am working on in the government and youth world. The interview will be used to create a video and submitted to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and the College for America staff will have access. Do you have any question?
No question?
Okay. Do you give your informed the consent to be interviewed and recorded?
Yes.
Okay, if so, just read this consent. Here, from here to here.
I, Research Samungu, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as part of student academic work.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
There are a couple of 4 questions that I'm going to ask you through this interview.
Okay.
And I hope you'll not get bored.
Yeah, no, I'm not bored.
Okay, great. Okay, what are the 3 branches of government?
I think there is executive, there is judicial and registration.
Oh,
Registration, legislative.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Then the second one, can you mention what does each branch do?
I think executive is in charge of creating laws, and then the legislative is in charge of making sure those laws are put. Legislation is in charge of making laws, then executive is in charge of making sure those laws are put in place, and then the judicial in charge of just courts of law, if I thought
Great. Okay, Democrats and Republicans are major parties. Can you name the third party?
I heard about the Green Party. I don't know if it's the same party. I'm not sure.
Great. Okay, the last one. What is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
I don't have any information.
Okay, no problem. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Branches of government are legislative branch, executive branch, and judicial branch. Then legislative branch create laws. executive branch executes laws, while the judicial branch interprets laws and declares them unconstitutional. It interprets and applies the law in the name of the state. It also provides a mechanism for the solution of disputes. I'm going to tell you then the way the three branches are connected. The legislative branch creates laws, then executive branch executes them, while the judicial branch applies it to the state context. Then the way they regulate each other: legislative branch creates laws, the president may sign or veto a law, then courts may find laws unconstitutional. Congress oversees the executive bureaucracy. The courts may find executive actions unauthorized. The Senate confirms judicial appointments, while the president nominates federal judges. This is according to Vote Smart 2018. The first interviewee was not aware of the third parties, while the third parties includes all minor parties which are not the Democrats or Republicans. The second interviewee was light that the third party includes the Green Party. Also, it includes the Libertarian and all other minor parties. This is according to scholastic.com 2018. We're going to look at the history of the Republicans and the Democrats. Founded in northern state 1854 by anti-slavery activists, modernizers and ex-Whigs and ex-free soldiers, the Republican Party quickly became the principal opposition to the dominant South Democratic Party. By 1858, the Republicans dominated nearly all North states. The Republican Party first came to power in 1860 with the election of Lincoln to the presidency, and Republicans in control of the Congress and again the northern states. The Republicans were cemented as the party of business, though mitigated by the succession of Theodore Roosevelt, who embraced trust busting. The party controlled the presidency throughout 1920s, running on a platform of opposition to the League of Nations, high tariffs, and promotion of business interests. The Democratic Party evolved from the anti-federalist faction that opposed the fiscal policies and of Alexander Hamilton in the early 1790s. Thomas Jefferson and James Madison organized these factions into Democratic Republican Party. The party favored state rights and strict adherence to Constitution. It opposed a national bank and wealth moneyed interest. The Republican Party gained the power in election of 1800. This is according to Riemann Running ND. Let's look at what the minor parties do in the government. Do the minor parties have interest in the government or not? Let's look at it. The minor parties usually organize and modernize around a single issue or opposition, putting pressure on candidates from major political parties to address those issues. This is according to Riemann Learning MD. They can influence the election by taking away from a major party candidates. This was issue during the 2000 election when Green Party President candidates Ralph Nader took votes away from Democrat Al Gore, a situation that some felt contributed to the victory of the Republican George W. Bush. Riemann Learning ND. On the part of how a bill becomes a law, all the interviews didn't know anything. They were unaware of how a bill becomes a law. We are going to look at 10 steps in which a bill passes through in order to become a law. Step 1. A bill is born. The president, a member of cabinet, or a member of Congress can introduce a legislation, and by doing so, he or she becomes the sponsor. Step 2. Committee action. After introducing the bill, it is brought to the committee to determine the chance for its passage. When it does not proceed, a bill is effectively dead. Step 3. Subcommittee review. At this step, a bill is set for hearing and study to provide the opportunity to put on the record the view of executive branch, experts, other public officials and supporters, and opponents of the legislation. Step number 4. Markup. When the hearings are over, the subcommittee make changes and amendments prior to recommending the bill to the full committee. If the subcommittee does not vote to report it to the full committee, the bill dies. When it is voted, it advances and continues to other steps. Step 5. Committee action to report the bill. When the full committee has received the report from the subcommittee, it votes for recommending the bill to the House or Senate. This procedure is called ordering a bill reported. Step number 6. Voting. After the debate and the approval of any amendments, the bill is passed or defeated by the members voting. Step number 7. Referral to other chamber. When the House or Senate passes a bill, it is referred to other chamber, where it follows the same route through committee and floor actions. This chamber may approve the bill as received, modify it, or reject it. Step 8. Conference committee actions. When the actions of other chambers significantly change the bill, the conference committee is formed to adjust the differences between the House and the Senate versions. When the conference fails to reach agreement, the bill dies. If it reaches the agreement, the conference reports the recommended changes to the committee members for approval of the bill. Step 9 is final action. After both the House and the Senate have approved a bill in identical form, it is sent to the President. If the President approves the legislation, he signs it and it becomes a law. Or if the President takes no action for 10 days while the Congress is in session, it automatically becomes a law. If the President opposes the bill, he can veto it. Or if he takes no action after the Congress has adjourned its second session, it is pocket veto and the legislation dies. The last step, which is step 10, overriding a veto. If the President vetoes a bill, Congress may attempt to override the veto. If both Senate and House pass the bill by 2/3 majority, the President's veto is overruled and the bill becomes a law. This is according to genome.gov 2012.